Hello guys. Right, bit of recycling and I've had a little change around in here as well. But I dug this out of my bag and what I do basically, once I go to a location, obviously I check the rules out, obviously I adhere to the rules. So if it says no leg cord, then I have to swap my rods over, change it over onto like rig tubing or whatever. And then basically all my old stuff I'll just chuck into this little tub. Yeah, so it has my rigs in it, leg clips, hooks, everything. Yeah, it all goes into there. And every so often, I basically recycle it. Now I've got Elisafes and all sorts now. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to pull a little bunch out, and I'm going to basically show you, obviously, how much money you can actually save by doing this. Now, it doesn't sound a lot of money, losing a swivel here and all this lot. But if you buy, say, ready-tied rigs at £3 a pop or £4 a pop, and using 3 rods, 3, 6, 9, that's £9 just on the actual rig. Then you got the leader, the leg clip, and etc. So I'm just going to have, as you can see, I've got a big mountain there. So I'm going to see if I can untangle it and see what we can actually get from here. So let's have a look. There'll be a bit of putty sticking it together and stuff like that as well. Doesn't always help. I've got one more rig there somewhere. Let's have a look. There it is. It's a hook. Right. So that little lot there, I'm still caught on something. Right. So we're just going to work with that little lot. Yeah. And that is about a quarter what's in that box. Okay. Now some of these things I can reuse. So let's have a look. So we're going to drop it right in front of you, and we're going to try and untangle stuff. So we've got some leg core here. Right. So we've got leg core with the Fox inline drop-off system, which don't come cheap. 5 of them for £6. Yeah, 5 for £6. And then also the rig. So if you say £3 for the rig, obviously all that and the leg core, you're probably looking all in all about £8 there on its own. Okay, £8. If you times that by 3, yeah, you got quite a bit. So all I've got to do there is snip off where I actually take my main line from, because that's where I cut it off from. We can pull that out. There's nothing wrong with the leg core whatsoever. We'll check the loop. If I need to re-splice it, I can, but looking at that, it is perfectly fine. Or the leg clip system, what obviously drops on the inline lead, is perfectly fine. The boom is perfectly fine. The hook is perfectly fine. We'll just check that it's not rusted over or anything like that. Yeah, the hook's not burred over. So I can just literally either re-steam that or tension pull it. So we have got a perfectly good system there on its own. Okay. Let's have a look what else we got. Yeah, look at this. It's an absolute minefield. Right. Tungsten anti-tangle sleeve. Yeah. That's what we got there. So we have got a full rig there on a D-rig. Now, I'm not really a fan of using D-rigs, to be honest with you. So, the hook is perfectly fine. The bait screw is perfectly fine. I could probably reuse the sinker, and I can definitely use the anti-tangle sleeve. So, we can snip the anti-tangle off. We can unwrap the hook. So we've got a bait screw there. It is a barbed hook, so I can't feed this through it, so I've just got to cut her off from the side. Not exactly using the right scissors, but scissors are scissors. There we are. Once we damage that coil, it will go. There we are. So we've got a hook there as well, yeah? Right, next one. Come on. Mounting a tangle. I'm probably pulling it even worse now. What we got down here? Let's have a look down here. We've got two hooks together. There's putty there. Right, so that's pulling. Where's it gone? So a lot of people just throw all this lot away. Me, if you want to throw it away, then send it to me instead, yeah. Now, if you are fighting to untangle it like I am here, then sometimes it's worth just saying no, and then obviously you can cut it off and then start again, can't you? Right, so the leg core has actually come out, so the leg core itself is damaged. But what I can do with the leg core is pull all the lead out. I might be able to recycle that actually, it might be alright. And then turn it into a lead free instead. Got a hook caught around that. Right, so on that one, as you can see, the lead is actually just extruding out. So I will snip the lead off where it's coming out. It's only up near the loop-to-loop system, what goes up to the actual main line. We've got the Helibuffer beads on there with the barrels. We've got a Korda Helisafe on there. Yeah, they're 2 for £6 or 2 for £7, so say £3 there on its own. And then we've got the rig, so let's have a look at the rig. Oh yeah, bugger, it's definitely sharp. Check the boom. That's fine. The Ronnie itself, it's seen better days, but it still might work, to be honest with you. Hook is still sharp, and so on like that. So that is another good rig. What's seen better days is the actual shrink tube. Yeah, but if I get a lighter on it, so if I just protect all this lot, good as new again. Yeah, just through that simple little fix. Yeah, good as new. Hook doesn't need sharpening. Now, I could sharpen it if I want to, but there is no need. So I've got a full rig and leader again. Yeah, so that can go up there. Now all these can go into the rig board. Yeah. Now this one is a bit of a tangly one. So let's have a look. It's on cord itself, and what it is on there is a double bungee rig. Yeah. So we can snip the line off. Splice itself is still perfectly fine. The loop is fine. Obviously the bungee is still obviously working, as you can tell. It's lead free on this one. I believe this is one what I used on A1 Pits. There's anti-tangle on there as well, which is tungsten again. Putty just needs a straighten up, but there's putty on there as well. The hook itself is fine. It is a sharpened hook, and guess what? It's still mega sharp. So there's nothing wrong with that. So I've got there free in just one pull, as well as these couple of little bits and pieces there. I've got 3 whole new setups there. All I've got to do is attach the lead and the main line, and that is it. Yeah. So it's all recycling, and there's a heck of a lot more in here. Like I say, there is a mountain's worth in here, and then there, in that side, the little small compartment, they're bits what I've already cut down. So if I just pull some out, obviously there's lead in there as well, what I chucked in. Yeah. But I've got a Ridge Monkey leg clip there. I've got another Korda Helisafe there. Another Fox inline drop-off system. What else we've got? Loads of swivels, loads of hooks, running kit systems, absolutely everything is in there. Stems, yeah, if you like to use PVA bags, yeah, but I have got an absolute mountain's worth of swivels in there. And looking at those swivels, if I was to buy them from the shop, I'd probably be looking, on the amount what's there, about 40 to 50 quid. And there's nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong with them at all. If I just pull one out, there is nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Yeah, that's a big eye swivel, that one. Absolutely nothing wrong. Now, if there is anything wrong with them, I'm trying to find one what might have something wrong. I've got more anti-tangle sleeving in there as well. Obviously tungsten stuff. Another tungsten one there. I've probably got about 30 quid's worth of tungsten sitting in there. But I can't see one swivel what is faulty. Now, what I'm looking for faulty is anything where it's got the blackness off and you can see like the bare brass underneath it. And that's what I don't like. Is that one there? No, that's fine. It's absolutely fine. So this is what I'm saying, guys. How much money you can save just through doing this, instead of throwing it in the bin and then tying up fresh every single time. You can still tie them up fresh, but just keep using your components over and over again. Good little tip for you. If you do use the tungsten tubing, if you can't refred it, for whatever reason, because you've got like a bit of abrasion going down there, obviously water's been down it, so it's probably got a bit dirty and stuff like that. If you can't refred it, you can use pole threaders, so you can refred it onto your line then. And even if you can't get the pole threader through, because it's got like jams of like grit or whatever down there, what you can do, if you like to use like a blowback rigs, and you like to put the actual tubing on there instead of the actual ring, put some of this on instead. Makes your hook that little bit more weighty, so your hook's actually going to lay flat on the lake bed that little bit more, just through using a tiny bit of tungsten, what you'd normally throw away. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. On to the next one.